In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use any IR sensor from any old devices that you have inside your home and repurpose it for any other control that you have and use it for a different purpose. Here I have a sensor from an old TV which I separated this module from that old TV. And also this is a control from a totally different device, which was an Android box TV basically. And these two are totally different product. And I repurposed them to be connected to each other and control these two LEDs. But you can also control any other devices. Now let's demo this. And if I press number 1 on this control, you can see these two sensors will connect to each other and enable the pin that is connected to this LED, and this LED will turn on. And I can turn it off again with pressing this button again. If I press button number 2, as you can see, this LED will start blinking. So the button on number 2 has a different purpose, and we programmed it to make the LED blink. Now I can start playing with this and something like this. So I can just turn these off and on and make them work with each other like so. And we also can turn both off like this. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to quickly let you know how you can test your controls to be sure that they are working. So if you have an old control lying around the house, just point a camera on it, something like this, and start pressing the button. So you should be able to see a very weak light inside that LED, the infrared remote sensor, which is sending the data. All right, there you have it. Now you know how to test your controls. Now in this step, I'm just going to show you how you can use any IR sensor from any old devices that you have and make it work with any controls basically. In order to do that, I'm just going to open up this module to show you how it will look like behind the scene. So as I mentioned before, this is a module from an old TV, and as you can see, there is an IR or infrared sensor, which is the receiver one. There is a status LED here, and there is a button which was initially for turning on and off the TV. We also can program the Arduino to use this button for any other purposes that we want, but we just want to work with this sensor basically. Now, for a start, I took some picture from this module and I just pasted inside ChatGPT and asked this AI and said that from these photos, let me know which pins and wires are for what and how can I control the module with Arduino UNO. And this amazing AI went and did a lot of research for me. As you can see, it took for the AI about 8 minutes to figure out which pins is for what. Basically, it told me that pin 1 is for the status LED control, and it also gave me the confidence that how sure is that it's a really a status LED pin or it's something else. But the confidence is strong and based on the interface and based on the photos that I gave to the AI. Pin number 2 is for the push button and key output basically, and the pin number 3 is for the IR receiver output, and this is confirmed. I'm not sure from where it got the data, maybe basically from the photos. And pin number 4 is the ground, and pin number 5 is the 3.3 voltage. As you can see, it gave me some guidance to how start and verifying the pins before applying any power. So I already did this verification, and as you can see, I did the wiring and everything was working fine. And here, despite the fact that it suggested me which pins should I connect it to which pins of the Arduino, and also gave me suggestions to also connect to the resistors to not damage the module and also the Arduino board itself. Now it also gave me the Arduino program. program. Told me that I should install the IR remote library from Arduino library manager. If I come to this part, I can just search for IR remote, and as you can see, I already installed this package from Sheriff, which is on version 4.7.1 for now, and it gave me some code to start working with the module. It also told me that I can just open the serial monitor at this spot, press the board button or point a remote at the sensor basically, and press some buttons, and I would be able to see something here. So if I just show the serial monitor now, let me reset it because it's just not working the way that I want. I have found a bug, which is, I guess it's for the amount of light that it is inside the room that I'm currently working on. So basically I need to close this to have a shield on it and to not put some noise inside this module. Now let's reset this and see if it still has the issue. It seems like that it's now a lot better. All right, now it's working. So we should have not open up that cover because it's avoiding the light noise affecting the sensor basically. So now it is working, and as you can see, whenever I press some button, it will show the button press and button release, and also the hash of that button. If I press the reset button on the Arduino, it should again work because sometimes the Arduino just messed up the program, and it's working fine again. But as I mentioned, because of the light situation here, sometimes it's just not working the way I want. All right, for some reason, the program is not working as intended. So now let's get back to ChatGPT. I'm just going to really quick show you how the programming process worked. I just came here and tell the ChatGPT the LED works when connected the resistor to 3.3 voltage. Other than this, other pins that you mentioned were all correct. So I measured this and tested based on the testing the LED board that it suggested. And I just told that what I want to do with the module. I told the AI that I want to see the LED on the module to blink based on the pressed button on the sensor, like the TV basically. Also, it seems the code that you wrote cannot determine the button push correctly. I don't have any transistor, so have that in mind. So I didn't want to suggest me to use some NPN or PNP transistors because I do not have any transistors on my hand right now. On top of that, I found out that the press button was not an issue from the code side. It was an issue of wiring, which I did some mistake on that part, and I just corrected it and it was working fine again. After it was working fine, I told the AI that I have a remote control that in the serial monitor for numbers I can see these logs. So I pressed the logs inside the AI and got some help from it. So this is the full code. I just wanted to say also why I can see some same raw data for different keys on the remote, and it responded that because your remote is being recognized only as a generic pulse distance. Let me show you. Help me to turn on and off one LED, not the one that is on the module, a separate one, with the first key 1, the first push on and the second push off. Give me the full code. So it also suggested me that how I should just do the wiring, and it gave me the code. Here is the code. Okay, now add another LED to start blinking when I press number 2 and stop blinking when I press number 2 again. So it gave me the wiring and also the code. Here is the full code. Now, because I can see some inconsistency between the working and not working sometimes, I'm just going to come to the Arduino serial monitor and remove everything. Press the reset button on this board and let's tell the AI what is going on. I'm just going to tell it that without pressing anything, everything is just working. And I don't know why. Maybe because my control is, let me just cover this like this to make sure that the light is not affecting that. Okay. Now, yes. Okay. Wow, it's working. Actually, that was the light noise, because the windows is open and the sunlight is very shiny. That was the cause. Okay, now that we found the bug, which was not the AI basically, let's try to add another LED on this demonstration so you guys know how to move this even further. So I'm just going to come here and again remove everything and press number 3 this time. And now this is the hash code. I'm just going to copy this, go back to the AI and say, okay, now I want to add another LED to button number 3. And this is the hash. And give me the full code. All right, now that I have all the code, I'm just going to copy this and go back to the Arduino, close this serial monitor, and just select all, remove everything, paste everything again from the ChatGPT and press upload. At least for now that we did any wiring, everything should work again fine. Let me just reset this and let's start testing. Yes, working. And all right, now let's start wiring the next LED. I'm going to check this and it says that LED 3 should go to pin number 9 with a 220 ohm with the LED anode. So let's just try to do this like so. All right, now placing the LED pin number 9, but pin number 9 is already taken. Maybe I can just tell here, use pin number 12 for the third LED. So let's make sure that we are not using an already used pin. Now let me wire the shared GND, and also this goes to pin number 12. Copy the code and go to Arduino, paste it here and send it to the Arduino. Now let's start. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, number 3 is not working. Let's start debugging. I mistakenly put it inside 11. It should be 12. All right. Yes. This is number 3. Now let's turn them off. There you go. It's working perfectly fine. Alright, now in this section, I just wanted to show you how I did the wiring. So this is basically the whole circuit schema which you can do the wiring, but this is not containing the third LED that we just connected. But I will try to update this with the third LED that we added, and I will share this with the associated project with this video inside navimakes.com website. And you can find everything, all the codes, all the modules and numbers that we used, and this schema inside that URL. I will put the link down below this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, I would appreciate your support and feedback. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.